All right. KO, how's it going?
That's good, bro. How you doing?
Doing good.
Yep.
You out here, man? You got a lot going on, a lot of things you're
Yep.
working on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We working on a few different things. We got some big things in the works. Still working with the youth all over the state of California. Actually, we've been
Yeah,
working with youth all over
man.
the United States. You know what I'm saying? Trying
Yep.
to trying to bridge that gap between law enforcement and community. Definitely with kids, especially kids of color. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
we
Yep.
doing
Yep.
that. We staying busy, man. Staying busy. It's definitely a hard thing because that's a road that nobody wants to take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So, where all did you grow up at?
Yeah. So I grew up. I was born in the Bay, moved out to edge of the Bay, Central Cali, Tracy, California. Shout out to Tracy, California. Then I moved from there to Fresno, and then from Fresno, moved to Baco. I'm just making my way down to LA. I'm just making my way
One
down
step at a
Cali. You know
time.
what I'm saying? One step at a time. Eventually, I get to LA. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing in each city, trying to make my mark.
Okay, and what was it like for you growing up?
Uh, it was interesting. I mean, I wouldn't say I had a bad life. I had a cool life. I had both parents. My dad was a form of law enforcement. My mom worked for, what she worked for, child services or whatever. But it was a really interesting life. I got to be surrounded by, uh, I'll say hood niggas. I don't know if I could say that on here, but I could say it was the hood niggas and the suburbs. So I was able to be exposed to both. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to make my way through both sides of the crowd and be able to uh, learn how to talk. I guess you
Learn
could
how to
say
live. Yeah.
learn
Learn
how
how to
to live
make
with
it.
both sides.
Yeah.
It was fun though. It was fun. Yeah, it was interesting.
And sometimes not
Okay,
so fun for me. No, that's bad. Yeah.
okay, and growing up in that environment, did you ever get involved in the streets, or were you always just cool? Did you play sports, like, or what all did you
ah,
do?
Nah, I'm not a street. I'm not. I never got involved in the streets like that. Until I mean, I wouldn't say until because I've never been involved in the streets. I wasn't a street type of hood dude. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
never claimed it. Um, when I got into my college days, all the homies was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I kicked it with everybody from different sets or whatever, but I was never involved in it like that. Um, I never uh, I never got deeply involved with it, but all the people I rock with, they was in the streets, which is really weird. Actually, I didn't even. Now I think about it, yeah, I was around it, but I never got involved. I was mostly involved in the church. Grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? So my family kind of, some of my family's in the streets, some of my family and not in the streets. My dude right here, he'll tell his story a little bit, but um it allowed me to get my life growing up allowed me to get comfortable with people like my guy right here, and then also be able to talk to the church, law enforcement. I don't care who you put in front of me. I can talk to him. I can have a conversation,
Yeah.
make him feel comfortable, and allow me to reach more people with my music.
Okay, at what point did you start rapping?
I started rapping when I was seriously, probably started rapping when I was like 20, in my 20s. I used to dabble in it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Go back and forth playing around with the homies and stuff like that when I was younger. But I took it seriously more so when I was in my 20s. I started Christ Like Records. And then it quickly became one of the biggest Christian hip hop labels in Cali. I forgot what year that was. I was like in 20 something. And then it just kind of blew up. And I was able to make some big connections with that. I started the Hands Up, Don't Shoot campaign when I first launched it. That was when I think was it Trayvon Martin? I think it was when Trayvon Martin passed. I did this Hands Up, Don't Shoot campaign, which involved everybody, all the artists from Central Cali. Um, and then it kind of went. That was like my first viral thing. I think I was 21 or 22, one of those. Yeah, but I mean, it had a whole bunch of support from that. So I'll say when I first started getting serious, probably like 21, 22. Yeah.
Okay, and how do you start making music? Like, do you start going to the studio?
Yeah, I was going to the studio. I was going to the studio. First, I was started in the basement, bro. I was in the basement, my boy's basement. DJ Prince, shout out to DJ Prince. I was in there. He kind of like recorded me for the longest, and then some stuff happened with him, and I ended up going to 559 MM Productions, and actually I was scrubbing toilets for studio time, bro. I was in there scrubbing toilets and cleaning up floors and stuff. I walk in there with my Bible, bro, and be like, hey, bro, I didn't have money at the time. I didn't have the financial means, so I was scrubbing toilets, doing whatever I can, so I could record, make some cool friendships there, and then it kind of just took off from there. Yep.
okay, so you from the gate, you were doing just Christian music?
I started off doing like Christian music. I don't know what the difference is between Christian music and music that's Christian. I don't know whatever it is, but everything I do, I try to point to a positive message. Ultimately, it glorifies God, and I try to do that just being a Christian. I try to do that and glorify God in everything I do, whether I say Jesus a billion times in my songs or don't say it at all. It's always going to lead you to, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to lead you to God in some way, shape, or form.
Okay,
Yep.
and how do you start getting your music out there?
Um, I mean, I started doing, after I did Hands Up Don't Shoot, not too long after, I ended up doing a song that was called Respect. That was the one with Fresno PD. I did that one. That one had well, he was the chief now, but chief then, but now he's the mayor. That had Mayor Jerry Dyer in it. We had law enforcement. We had all of, basically all of Fresno PD in that music video. And we did that one. And once we did that one, it kind of blew up. Fox posted it. Different news stations posted it. It started going like, that was like my main first viral one after after the Hands Up Don't Shoot one, and then that one blew up. So then I started doing that one, and that's when I really started recording that 559. But then I ended up buying them out later on down the line, and I just built my own studio, started recording myself. Well, my boy started recording me, but yeah, I just started doing everything in house. I got tired of going to the studio, so I might as well build it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear that for sure. Okay, now do you go on the road? You do any shows or anything?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, after we did that other record, we ended up doing like 79 shows. So like we ended up doing like a whole bunch of shows all throughout Fresno. So every hood in Fresno, we're bringing broken neighborhoods back to life. So it's basically a organization or a whole bunch of churches, law enforcement, and just community members that, like, the leaders and stuff like that. They go in and they throw these big block parties where they feed the community. They do all that, and they was lacking. When I first started, they was lacking in the music department. You know what I'm saying? They was playing music, but it was like hymns and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I told them, I was like, hey, bro, like, y'all should have some rappers come here. And they was like, we don't know no rappers. Then I was like, hey, bro, you know me. So I ended up performing with them with a whole bunch of group of guys, and I think we did like 79 shows with them in a course of like a year. Yeah, all throughout Fresno. We was all in pretty much every hood in Fresno, and then
Okay.
yeah, so we was doing that.
Now, what kind of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of crowd were you getting? Were you getting like a hood crowd, like a suburb crowd, like a church crowd? Like,
my music appeals to everybody.
Let me just say one thing real quick before. See, when people think of a Christian rapper, Christian rap, he's a rapper that's Christian. You know what I'm saying? We both love the Lord, but check it out. The music is banging. You hear the music. I mean, it's the beats are hitting just as hard. The message is there. But if you weren't looking for the message, you would think it was just another song that's just banging. And that's just straight out, like, when I heard the dude, because I've always made secular music my whole life. I've done everything that you could think of. I've done, I'm from San Jose. I worked with a lot of people out there, saying, shout out G-Pack, saying, my homeboy Kasim Swirlbert, all kinds of people out there. But anyways, that all being said, I've always had that street edge to me, because, that's where I'm from. And when I heard him, I thought the same thing that right now people are thinking, oh, it's a Christian rap or Christian rap. Don't knock it till you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, when I listen to his stuff before me and him work together, man, he's got a lot of stuff that I was surprised. I was like, what are you doing with this? Why are you just sitting on this? But now that me and him are working together, it's even better. I mean, no. But at the end of the day, though, really, we come together and we make music for the people. It's not music. We're making music for the people. But yes, there's a positive message there. It's something that you can have your kids listen to. It's something that we don't have to be ashamed of when your kids listen to it. But it's something that the adult could listen to, the child could listen to, and it's because it's catchy. It's catchy, and it's out front with a lot of stuff. But people don't realize that it's Christian rap until they are told that it's a Christian rapper. But really, he's a rapper that's Christian, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, there ain't no forcing it down nobody's throat. There ain't none of that, because that's not what it's about. It's about coming at people with reality, and that's what this whole thing is. You know what I'm saying? It's all reality.
Yeah, I plant to see, bro. My stuff, bro, it's I can't even tell you what the predominant crowd is, because I can go anywhere. You can put me in a club and I'll kill the show. You can put me in a church, I'll kill the show. You know what I'm saying? I'll have everybody in the show. I performed at what was it? It was with Fred Hammond and Yolanda Adams. I opened for them and Wes Morgan. And on the show, bro, by the time my set was done, you had everybody screaming. I got the video on my phone. You got everybody screaming, and that was like a, you know what I'm saying, super old school church crowd. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Was that when they pulled the plugs on it?
Yeah, they did. You know, people booed, but well, not me. They didn't boo me, but they cut my set short, and people booed the people who cut my set short, because I was supposed to perform like, I think, 3 other more songs. But after I got everybody jumped up. They were screaming. And then they cut my set. That actually happened to me like 3 times, but in different opening for bigger artists or whatever. But once everybody started screaming, they was like, "What the heck?" They cut my mic, everything. But those are like some of the biggest Christian artists: Fred Hammond, Yolanda Adams, Wes Morgan, other than Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? But I've opened for them, killed the show. Been in clubs, killed the show. You know what I'm saying? I kill the show no matter where it goes. My music is universal. You know what I'm saying?
But you want to talk about the music, and I'm saying, going back to all that, it's not just Christian artists that we have stuff with. We just got a song put out. We just put a song out with Snoop, featuring with Snoop and RBX. You know what I'm saying? RBX being, you know, Snoop's first cousin. He was on the Chronic. We just put that out. That's like a 65,000 views right now, and that was just, we just put that out. But we got some stuff with a feature with T-Pain. We got a feature with a bunch of major names. The T-Pain one, that one's knocking. Dudes at the radio station already letting us know that they want that, but we're just, it's all with due time, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, it's whenever God wants it, you know what I'm saying? Because for us, that's the primary thing, is keeping him on the forefront of everything, because when he's there, all paths get cleared, and they have. You know what I'm saying? And this is coming from somebody that honestly served the devil for a long time. I served the enemy as hard as you can go. And you know what I'm saying? Now it's time for me to go twice as hard for the king. You know what I'm saying? And we do this, and people look at it. Sometimes some people will judge it, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, like these guys are Christian rappers." That's cool. Yeah, we're Christian rappers. We're Christians that are trying to rap. We're not rappers that are trying to be Christian. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, big facts.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather give you a hug than give you a slug, and that's real. That's real. You know what I'm saying? There ain't none of this, all this. There's no gimmicks in what we're trying to do, because what we're trying to do is point blank just let people know that there is better out there, homie. Because at the end of the day, what would you rather have your kid go and listen to something that's going to tell them to go kill somebody, and then when they go pull that trigger, say, they didn't know? Or would you have somebody listen to a song that's catchy, that they can still have fun to, jive to, they can go to a party and have fun, and it's not teaching them anything wrong. It's telling them to respect other people, to respect themselves, to respect their ladies, to respect their family, their parents.
Their community.
I'll tell you what, I'd rather, a million times, I'll have my kid listen to that before I go have them listen to something that I used to do myself. That I'm as guilty as sin, bro. I've made some of the worst things that you could imagine as far as music goes. I was there, but at the end of the day, I also turned it down every time I said something that I didn't want my kids to hear, which was all the time on every song. I turn it down. You know what I'm saying? We could do that forever, and that's easy to make. That kind of music's easy to make, bro. I'll do that all day. I could sit here and say that, what I'm saying, I'm the Mexican, bro. I could do that all day, but it's doing something that's right, that's going to actually change a kid's mind and influence him to do something right. That's a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? And when you do it, and when you're good at it, then, you know what I'm saying, that's where the real challenge is. And like I said, you know what I'm saying, my man here, He's got some talent. He's got something that a lot of people don't have. There's a thing between having a talent and a gift. You know what I'm saying? God gave him a gift, and that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like we sit there and we sit in the we're together every day in the studio working on something, and everything that we've done has had movement in one way or the other. Whatever we were targeting it to do, it's done. And so, you know, that's what we're here. You know what I'm saying? We're here with joyous hearts, like letting people know that, hey, bro, there's some raw music. I mean, I'm a quote unquote Christian rapper too, but I say quote unquote because I'm a rapper that's you know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian first and foremost, but you know what I'm saying? I'm making music, and our music is meant for everybody. Like I said, at the end of the day, when people hear it, they may not even know it's him. You know what I'm saying? They may not even know it's me because the music itself. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all good. Yeah.
Yep.
Making this music, you know, do you guys, you know, I mean, I do know that, you know, I've heard about like really big Christian shows, and that there be packed arenas for Christian rappers or Christian artists.
Yep. Yep.
That's what we're working on. We're working on all that. We're actually working on a record that we're working on right now that I'm not even going to say nothing about, other than it's going to be a big surprise. And this one is going to be something where it's going to be filling houses.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, bro. I'm definitely going to be. Yeah. That one's definitely going to be going.
But nobody's expecting something like this.
Nah, they're not going to expect it. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, with the Christian, I mean, I don't want to say with the rap industry, bros. I mean, like, you got the corny ones, you got the good ones. A lot more good ones are coming out nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of them. I pretty much work with almost all of them. I've opened for. I was blessed enough to be able to open for a lot of them, especially when I was starting off. So you know, that was a blessing. But yeah, they pack arenas just like anywhere else. Yeah. They perform at some of the same venues that everybody's, you know what I'm saying, favorite rappers be performing at. Yeah. A lot of times they perform with them, and people just don't know they Christian rappers. You know what I'm saying? Until you really listen to music and you're like, oh dang, dude, glorifying God. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Which is, the thing is just putting out good music. You know what I'm saying? You put out quality, good music. People get the message, you'll plant the seed, but a lot of times people don't even listen to the words, whether it's secular, Christian, whatever you want to call it. They like to vibe, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta put out that good music, that quality music, and once you do that, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to sell out arenas, whether it's Christian, whether it's not Christian, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, rap, rock, country, whatever it is. Once you find your sound, you good.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know, what'd you do with yourself when you graduated from high school?
Graduated high school. I went to college. I went to seminary. I went to college for a little bit. I hate school, bro. I'm not even gonna gap to you. But I ended up going to seminary school because I was like, if I'm gonna go to school for anything, I'm gonna go to school, learn about Jesus. So I went to seminary, graduated that, and then I started working with the group home and working at schools. You know, Fresno Unified, Clovis Unified. I would work with kids. A lot of my stuff is just mentoring younger people. I love mentoring younger people because I think that it's needed. You know what I'm saying? Today, nowadays, they lost, bro. That's another thing that got me on the journey I was going to, bro. Is a lot of people that put out this music, but they don't see the influence what this music has with kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the kids that's killing other kids. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to them. I'm with them. So they need something else to listen to, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists, stuff like that, they don't do what they rap about, or if they do that, or if they did, they don't want their kids doing it. You know what I'm saying? They kids listen to Bach and Beethoven, and our kids over here on this side listening to, you know, all this kill them and do all this stuff, and they actually believe it. They doing it. You know what I'm saying? And they killing each other. So my thing is to stop that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna stop it any means necessary. I'm gonna stand, 10 toes on that. And change it, you know what I'm saying? Change the game. And we have so far, you know what I'm saying? We've reached out, all throughout the state of California. And we've been recognized by all levels of government, local, state, federal, you know what I'm saying? I think we got recognized by Congress 3 times.
The last one was just a couple months ago in Richmond.
Yeah, last one was a couple months ago. So, I mean, we putting in the work, man, and I don't think it's gonna stop there, man. I think it's gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we just starting, and it's all up to God, bro. He gonna he gonna make it do what it do.
Hey, see, I'm just laughing right here because but he's talking about, you know, all this gangster music and all these people killing each other and talking about, you know, basically teaching their kids to be soldiers for soldiers of sin. That's cool, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? But when it's your kid, it ain't gonna be such a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? When it's your kid, you're gonna say, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could, I should, but it's too late at that point. But see, I'm laughing because remember when I first showed you, like we showed each other some of our music when we first met, and I showed some of mine, he was like, oh, that's cool, like, and he just kind of plays like, and then he said, man, I don't like gangster music, bro. And I'm like, bro, that's all I was doing, you know what I'm saying? And he said, I don't like gangster music but he's practicing what he preaches, you know what I'm saying? He's not just talking this nonsense and then saying this and that. No, he's doing it like he really believes in what he's doing. And the music that we made, I brought a gangster, like a gangster twist or like a gangster flavor to the table there. And so like the whole evolution of music, it started with one idea and it expanded. Now you got all kinds of genres of music. It's the same thing within, you know, the Christian hip hop community or within the hip hop community. There's genres that you can put a finger on and say, this is where it started, this is how it started. But then there's like just how things evolve is that's the beauty of all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, like I said, at the end of the day, bro, if it wasn't for the enlightenment that God had, you know, the people that he put in my life, I'd be dead. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in institutions. I grew up in and out doing the same thing that every other gangbanger did. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is that I chose to stop. I made a choice. My kids and my wife, my mom and dad, or the streets in the penitentiary and death, because that's all that I had waiting for me. And then, you know what I'm saying? And I gave up on a lot of things, bro. And I when I met this dude, it was crazy because, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're showing each other music, and then he tells me like it was nothing, bro. I don't even like gangster music, bro. And I was mad, bro. But you know, because I was a firm believer. I love gangster music. I'll be straight out with you. I love gangster music. And I'm not gonna tell you that I'm perfect. I listen to all kinds of people. I do, but I gave up a lot of it because I knew that it wasn't doing any good for me, especially my kid. I look at my kid now. I got my youngest one is 17, and he's a few months away from being 18. And if he does the same things that I did, at the age that I did, he would have already been locked up a long time ago. But if he continued or started to do the things that I did, then that cycle is going to continue. And if we don't stop it, who's going to stop it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could leave it to the next man, but it's not his responsibility. My kid is my kid. Your kid is your kid. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I can teach your kid something good, then awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're here to do. We're supposed to be here to give each other the better things in life. The next generation, we want our next generation to be better than us. Some of us do. And I know I do. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at my kid and I say, man, do I want him to go out and gangbang and represent what I was representing? Hell no, I don't. Not for a day, not for a second, not for nothing. But at the end of the day, if I don't tell him and I don't teach him and I don't show him, especially if I don't show him through my examples and through my everyday life, he's never going to learn. He's going to think that's the same thing.
Honestly, I don't believe music has a big influence on kids.
Bro, some people don't.
Look.
Some people don't.
Let me explain why.
Okay, go ahead.
Your friends and your family are going to be your biggest influence on your life.
Yeah.
Your environment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it does have an influence, I think it's kind of small. It's really low on the totem pole. Like, I don't think that the music, because look at all the people who love Snoop that have never became a Crip. Like, he's got millions of fans, and he's on the Super Bowl doing a Crip walk. You know what I'm saying? And people are not following Snoop Dogg to be a Crip. You know what I'm saying? Neither did they in the 90s when he was coming up either. So that's why I'm like, you know, I think the music gets a bad rap and gets a lot of extra attention than what it deserves.
But when you grow up in the hood and that's all you're listening to, and then you got your people telling you this and that and putting that in your ear, the examples you're saying your parents, your grandparents, your uncles and aunts, and everybody else that grows up in that. And then on top of that, you got the music. You got the attire. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, yeah, it normally wouldn't have that kind of weight in somebody's life. But when you're growing up in that and that's all you know. So, you know what I'm saying? You're being filled with ideas all day, from how you dress to how you walk, how you look. You know what I'm saying? You would think in an average everyday community, how you walk wouldn't mean nothing. But you walk through a neighborhood in Compton, you walk through a neighborhood in San Jose like that, you know, with your chest sticking out. Homie, I mean, it may not be so good for you. See, a lot of times music doesn't have that influence, but in some parts it does. And in some parts where that's all they know, they're going to listen to the message wherever they can hear it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to reach, is those people that think that this is all it is. And for people that say, oh, music doesn't have that. I mean, it does have an effect on people like myself where I grew up. It did, because those are my idols. Those are my examples. know what I'm saying? Some people don't, but some people do.
I think music, because people that have that viewpoint that say like they don't think that music has that much of a effect. I think a lot of them believe that it's just affects your mood at the moment, right? So, for example, if you're gonna go if you play basketball, play sports, or play whatever, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna go right before the big game listen to Katy Perry, or you know what I'm saying, you're gonna listen to something that's gonna get you blood. You know what I'm saying, you're gonna listen to something that's gonna hype you up, and then you go out there, and yeah, it affects your mood in that. But also, I think the message, when you listen to something consistently, so for example, if you listen to something that's affirming just you and your character, right? As far as like, okay, I'm gonna listen to not even music. If I'm gonna listen to like podcasts, or I'm gonna listen to something that's gonna like uplift me, and I'm gonna continuously listen to that. And you listen, and the words is continuously positive. You most likely gonna have a good day. You're gonna think positive thoughts, even when negative things come to you. What you're gonna do is you're gonna think more of in a positive way. If you're listening to everything negative, where it's saying, "Hey, look, the answer to this solution is violence. The answer to this solution is drugs. The answer to this solution is doing this and tearing down your community," then when that problem arises, your whole mentality is going to be like, okay, what I've been told, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, what I've been told all day is that the answer to this problem is going to be violence, drugs, or whatever. And we see it. I mean, like, if you look at just music in its entirety, the amount of when gangster rap started, right? And I want to clarify something too before I go on that. I don't like gangster rap. I don't say I don't like the style. I don't like the message, right? Which goes into what I'm saying. Since gangster rap started, and it started being mainstream to where it's cool for people of color to kill themselves or kill each other. There's been like a hike in violence. I'm not saying if you get rid of rap music, you'll get rid of gangs or get rid of gang violence or whatever. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the message means something. People listen to the message, bro. There's no way that you can.
But people aren't killing each other, bro. Yes, maybe in the hood, but the hood is like a dot compared to the world. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me it's influencing people. Why is it if it's such a big influence? Why is it influencing people in the suburbs to kill each other? If it's as strong as you say it is.
It is, yeah.
If you believe it's as strong as you say it is, then why aren't kids in the suburbs joining, making their own suburb gang?
Why aren't kids in the hood? Why aren't the kids in the hood listening to opera, listening to symphony, listening to Beethoven, Bach, Farrelly? Why aren't they doing that? Because in the hood, that doesn't have any influence. The music that has influence.
Can I get my question answered?
Okay,
that's a good question, right? Because if it's such a strong influence,
then so your question,
adults,
should
be killing each other too.
Okay, so
but they're not.
So your question is, I want to make sure I hear your question correctly. That your question is negative influence in music. Why isn't it affecting basically the kids in the suburbs? Why aren't they joining gangs and becoming Crips and creating gangs if it's that big of a deal, right?
There you go.
Okay, so I lived in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying, for a long period of time. All the kids that listen to hip hop, all of them, they tried. They don't know how to do it. They don't know. They might get daddy's gun that's in a safe, but they don't know how to be hood, you know what I'm saying? So when they all try, right? Everybody listen to they all try at some point, but they also get a lot more opportunities to where when they try it fails, they go to what they're told to. You know what I'm saying? They're exposed to a lot more than just that, right? A lot of kids that.
So then we agree.
What?
Your environment is a much larger influence than the music.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's
what I said earlier too.
Yeah, but in communities of color, there's more hip hop and negative music has more of a prominent space than in communities that aren't color that have more to offer. You see what I'm saying? So it all is intertwined, bro.
You're right in a sense. Okay, no, he's right. I do understand what he's saying now. In the world as a whole, just in general, yeah, you're right in that sense to where it doesn't have that kind of weight on the average everyday America or world, as you would say. But what I'm talking about is in that hood. And I'm talking about where people are at risk. Where you go to Richmond, California, where you go, you know what I'm saying, to Compton, you go to, you know what I'm saying, where the rest of the picture is also the same thing as what the music is saying. You know what I'm saying? If you had, like I said, if you had that song playing over and over and over, and with all the right elements, it's not going to be a very pretty picture at the end of the day. But if you were to play something that may have some positive influence, and it's a subliminal message that kids are picking up, their vibe is going to change. Their thought process is going to change. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that the music itself has that kind of influence on the whole. No, it doesn't. But I'm talking about the people that we're trying to reach are the people, I mean, you know what I'm saying, that are in that neighborhood, that are stuck in that situation, that are in that state of mind. You know what I'm saying? So I do hear what you're saying, and you're right. In that sense, no, it doesn't have that. I mean, it's just like movies. Movies aren't going to make me go kill somebody. But if I'm watching something about things all day, it might make me think about it, because you start conversating about, oh yeah, you know, if this, and that. And so you start conversating. And that's where the seed is planted. When somebody goes and puts that idea in the head, and I'm not saying that music is, that movie's going to make somebody kill, no, but at the same time, people conversate about those things a lot. You know what I'm saying? They do. And when you conversate about something, it says in the Bible that, you know what I'm saying, out of the mouth comes the abundance of the heart. You know what I'm saying? So what you're thinking about and what you're feeling, you're going to speak, bro. And if I'm sitting here speaking death, then that's what I'm trying to push. And you're right. No, I'm not going to make a million kids go kill somebody. No. I'm not saying that at all. But if it's just one, bro, that's one too many.
Facts.
That's one too many.
And another thing, like suburbia and all the other places, hip hop, I mean, gangster music, the setting in gangster music is always the hood. So you have to look at it from a point of view of they're painting a picture of the hood, making music saying that this is the hood, this is how the hood acts. And saying that why doesn't suburbia act like the hood? Because suburbia is not the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never heard gangster rap music come from suburbia. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's fake, right? Like, there's been plenty of rappers that have been outed that they were saying all this. Yeah. But why are they saying that? Because that's what they think. That's what the hood life, they think a life in the hood is. So they're like, talk about selling drugs, killing people of color. Look, my thing is this: if people in the suburbs rapped about killing they parents and stuff like that, other than Eminem, right? You know what I'm saying? If they rap about start killing other races and start killing, then we'll see how fast that stuff gets shut down. That stuff gonna get shut down, bro. The only people like to see is people of color get killed. That's it. That they don't want to see anybody else get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that are ignorant, and there's a difference between stupidity and ignorance, right? A lot of people that are ignorant that think this stuff is real, they're willing to kill people over what they hear on music. If I came out here and I was a country artist and I diss another country artist, they're just not gonna work with me. If I come on here and I diss a rap artist, I'm liable to get shot. You feel what I'm saying? So like they are ignorant. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, all their followers are ignorant. It might not be the main rapper, but if their followers are ignorant, instead of having ignorant followers and ignorant fans, why don't you educate them and allow them that chance to either be stupid, because ignorance is the absence of knowledge. Stupidity is the presence of knowledge without the intent to use it. It's okay to be ignorant for a time, but it's never a time it's okay to be stupid. So if you give them the knowledge and they decide to still do it, then they're just stupid. You know what I'm saying? If you give them the knowledge, you're like, dang, I didn't know this. Let me not do what I'm hearing all this music. Then they can have the option to change their life. But a lot of people don't. You know what I'm saying? Ignorance is bliss. But a lot of the mainstream rappers, they're not ignorant, bro. A lot of them have college degrees. You know what I'm saying? They graduated. They're hecka smart. You know what I'm saying? You talk to them behind closed doors, bro. Not the same person, bro. You talk to me behind closed doors, I'm gonna talk to you just like I'm talking to you right now. Just like he said the first time we met, I was like, I don't like gangster rap. He was showing me gangster rap. I don't like it. Even before I was working with law enforcement, before I was working with police, bro, a lot of people, a lot of rappers, they get scared in front of police, bro. They talk all this mess on they talk all this mess on the song stuff, how they doing this, the cops are doing this. You get in front of a cop, they, yes sir. I was never like that, bro. If I didn't like you, I don't like you. Period. I don't care if you have a gun or not. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, that's fake. I was like that 100. I was 100 the whole time. And I'm not even claiming to be gangster, bro. I'm not gangster. I'm just not fake. You feel me? So, but I definitely think that there is a correlation between hearing death and destruction all day and getting more influence to do it than hearing it and hearing life and hearing positive message and then getting influenced to do that. I mean, your ears are like, what are like the window to your soul or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's just my perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has the right to have their own perspective. That's my perspective on it. That's what I believe. And that's what we pushing for, you know what I'm saying? Positive messages. You can still keep the same flow, everything, but if you over here trying to you know what I'm saying, derail your people, because you know what I'm saying, the rappers nowadays, they're gonna get mad at me for saying this, bro. Rap right now, rappers, they're like the modern slavers, bro. They're like the worst of the worst black people. And you know what I'm saying? It is. You know what I'm saying? If you look at what slavers used to do, they used to sell their own people for money. You feel what I'm saying? Black slavers. That's the worst person you could be. Rappers nowadays are black slavers. That's all they are. You know what I'm saying? And to the system.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but most of them. Not all of them, but the people that are spitting this negativity, especially the ones that know better. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are ignorant, they're not black. They're not. I wouldn't put them in the category. They're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But the ones who know better, meaning they're training their kids to do better, and they're over here telling your kids to do this, but they telling their kids. Because if that wasn't the case, why don't all these rappers let their own kids listen to their music?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but I can say this, man. My show doesn't get any viewers from people 18 and under. 90% of my views are like 25 to 45.
Yeah.
And a little bit from 18 to 25, maybe like 10%.
Well, check it out.
It's less than 1% of my demographics are 18 and under. So I don't be worrying about kids listening to my.
Yeah, no, and that's not what we're saying. But what it comes down to is point blank. Like, we're not here promoting anything against any rap. We're just here talking about what type of music we're doing and why we're doing it, and we're doing it for that reason, because, you know, I mean, I just point blank, like I said, I don't want my kids to hear me saying some stuff that, I mean, if I have to turn it down every other word, then
I mean, it's different from you though. I think I mean, I don't know. Did you feel the same if you listened to other gangster rap? Or was it just you?
No,
or was
no. I hear what you're saying. No, I hear what you're saying.
Because I can understand.
Okay, no, check it out. I can
understand my kid not wanting to hear me rap.
Yeah, okay, no, I hear you.
Because I'm gonna be influencing his life the most.
Yeah.
But to hear him listen to Snoop Dogg have some gangster rap.
Now I'm not saying that I hear you.
I might not really stress about that.
Yeah, no, I hear you completely, and that's where. See, and that's where, like I said, I listen to, like I told you, I listen to a lot of stuff. But now the reason that I'm saying that though is really at the end of the day, my son isn't out there doing that stuff. I thank God that he turned out to, you know what I'm saying, to be able to make the right decisions and good decisions. But that being said, I also don't want to be the one to influence somebody else's kid to do that. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it doesn't have a lot, like you're saying, it may not have that kind of weight, but I just know that with me, the weight that music had and the way my mind was, you know what I'm saying? It was.
Do you feel like music influenced you to commit crime?
Nah. It wasn't not to go commit crime.
It was your friends and your family and your environment, right?
It was myself. I just grew up, just having a bad mind, bro. I mean, but you're right. It wasn't, music didn't tell me, oh yeah, go out and do this, go do it. No.
But it helped. It was part of it, right?
It was part of the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like with my kid, if somebody comes and tells me my son check some music out, I'll listen to it with them, because I love music. I love all genres of music. But at the end of the day, there's stuff that I don't want my daughters to hear, right? And it doesn't have to be me, but you know, anybody, if they're talking about this or that, I don't want my daughters to hear. My daughters, they're 19 and 20 years old. I don't want them to hear certain things just because they're young ladies, and I don't want them to turn out to be one of them bitches and hoes. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it doesn't have that kind of influence. But when you have to turn it down because you're embarrassed about them talking about, you know, punani and everything, bro. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to do that, bro, then I ain't even tripping on it. But if I have to sit there and, like, you know, saying, watch what my daughters who are 19 and 20 years old, to watch what, you know what I'm saying, because I get embarrassed of them hearing females talked about like that. You know what I'm saying? I do. And so then I have to turn it down. And if I have to keep doing that, bro, then it's like, maybe this just isn't the music I should be playing. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I love Too Short. I'm from the Bay Area. All that music that and I'm not going against any of it because I mean, I love Too Short, bro. I mean, I love all MC8. You know what I'm saying? Compton's Most Wanted. I mean, I grew up on all this stuff, but the thing is, like I said, is it the stuff that I want my kids to hear, even if they're old enough to make their own choices. If I influence them to do something, like you said, we're our kids' biggest influences. And when my kids see me, listening to something, my son especially, he loves music. He comes over, Dad, let me check that. And so my dad's listening to Mob Sin, 94 Mobsters, Jay Jonah, and all these rappers from the Bay Area that I grew up listening to. And I like the fact that my son listens to the music that I grew up listening to. But at the same time, the message, because there's sometimes where he comes over and he's like, yeah, and he'll start rapping, and he'll rap the worst part of it. And I'm like, eesh. But I can't tell him anything because I showed him that music. So I can't really say anything. But if I could show him something different and change myself, like I said, because really what it comes down to is the example that we leave the world. If I die tomorrow, do I want people to remember me as a gangbanging fool who never grew up and didn't really care about his legacy being my children? Do I want them to remember me like that? Hell no, I don't. I want them to say, look, that dude, he did what he did. He got into a lot of trouble. He was a fool. He was somebody that, I'm saying, like, yeah, that was out there. But at the same time, he grew up. He learned what his flaws were, and he learned how to work on them, and he gave a better example to his children. Look how they turned out. They're not that bad. This guy wasn't that bad. That's what we're trying to do, is have that leave something for our children, our future generations. There's hope out there. And for us, like you said, music for you, I do understand what you're saying, like your perspective, but on the flip side of that coin, there are people out there that put their heart into music, and sometimes what we talk about now isn't going to be what we mean in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we work together on stuff. There's no disrespect intended to any rapper. They may take it that way, but at the same time, I just want to ask them: would you be happy and okay with what your kids are listening to? And if so, would you let them listen to your stuff? Point blank, would you?
There's a difference too between telling a story and glorifying something that you survived from. You feel what I'm saying? So like if like, there's a lot of rappers that tell stories of it's dope, it's fire, bro, and but they're not glorifying something that they know that they're like, hey, bro, like I respect. Who was it? Was it 50 Cent, bro? He was like, hey, bro, like, look, I rap about this, but he was like, bro, this stuff is no joke. Like, this is not a game. Like, I'm not telling nobody to do this, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I have no choice but to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, even if they did it or didn't do it, if they was like, hey, bro, real talk, like came out, whether it was an interview, song, whatever it is, it's like, hey, bro, real talk, like, this is not, like, you want this how I made it, but there's other ways to make it out. You still can make it out that way, but you know what I'm saying? There's easier ways to do it. You feel me? Yeah. I'm not saying like all of them, oh, bro, you're going to hell. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I respect that. All right, cool, bro. Like you giving the person an out, because the kids that don't have their parents, don't have their father, don't have people, men or women that they can look up to. They look up to they gonna look up to their favorite rapper, their favorite artist, their favorite dancer, their favorite, whatever it is, and they gonna look up to them and try to implement and imitate whatever they deem is successful and whatever they deem is, this is what I want to do because they made it to this level in life, and that's the level I want to be at. You know what I'm saying? So it's not demonizing nobody. I'm not demonizing not one person. What I'm demonizing is the message. And
I wouldn't even say it's demonizing.
Not demonizing. I'm just what is it? Calling it out, like just calling it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love all people, bro. Like I said, I'll be around rappers and all kind of people, actors and stuff. I'm cool. I'm just unapologetically me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And I don't get offended when people tell me how they feel, bro. You tell me how you feel. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? We cool. I don't care if you on this side of tracks, I'm on this side of tracks, and you disagree with me 100%. Bro, you're the dumbest person ever. You tell me that, I'll be like, dang, bro, that's crazy. You still want to go fishing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm cool with everybody. I don't get offended. You know what I'm saying? I don't get offended like that. But a lot of people think I'm offensive, I guess, because I just speak my mind, bro. I tell how I see it. I feel like anything else other than that I do is fake. And that's one thing I'm not trying to be is no fake rapper, bro. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to do that. So or just a fake person in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids to grow up like that. I don't want them looking at me like my daddy. I got 4 kids, bro. I don't want my looking at me like, oh, my daddy, my daddy's, this way at home, but then when he's over there, he's, this, but nah, bro, I'm the same dude at home with my kids, same dude that's working with all these rappers, same dude, bro. You talk to any person I ever work with, they're gonna be like, yeah, they might not like me. They're like, bro, man, I hate that dude. And you be like, yeah, he's fake. Even the ones that don't like me be like, I mean, I don't like him, but he ain't fake. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just how I am. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a dig on nobody personally. But if you take it personal, then we call me and we work through it. You know what I'm saying?
I say it's the shoe fits wear, homie. I'm from the street. I am from the streets. I'll just say it straight up, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's no hair on my tongue, bro. Like, if the shoe fits wear it, and if you don't like it, well, I mean, take it off.
Shoot, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
But at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all love. Because I'll tell you what, if your kid is out there and he's in a situation where he needs help, you know what I'm saying? I'll be the first to help him, whatever it may be, because that's what it's all about, really. At the end of the day, bro, I mean, let's put all the nonsense aside, like all the violent music and all that. Who cares? Like, personally, who cares about all that, really? What matters here and what the whole thing is about is our future generations.
Yep.
For me, that's what matters. For me, that's what worries me, because, I mean, I want to have a social security, bro. I want to have, this, and if we raise a foolish generation, we're going to have foolish choices that are made, and we're going to have a foolish ending. You know what I'm saying? So the better we teach them, the better off we're going to be. And like I said, I got nothing but love. I mean, bro, like I said, bro, that's my biggest thing is you hear my music now. I mean, my music now, like even the stuff there's like my personal stuff, I have a real raw message to my music, but that message is reality. I'm saying, like, with him, he's not trying to fake the funk. He's not sitting here saying, oh yeah, like I'm from the streets and I got the same message as Juan. No, he does. His message is complete opposite of mine. You know what I'm saying? Mine is more on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get away from my sin and the things that I've done. His is more like he's never even been there. He'll be the first to say it. Like, bro, that's not, I wasn't on that tip. I never been on that tip, and I never tried to act like I was. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where, you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I do want to make clear is that he's never claimed to be any of that stuff. And, all he's been is a positive influence on my kids. We love straight, everybody that this dude talks to, later on they come back and they talk to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people, he knows a lot of these people. And they all say the same thing. This dude's like a positive. He's really a positive dude all the time. Yeah, he is. And it's kind of funny because I was always a negative dude. So it's like, man, like how is this working out? Like how did this work? It's a God thing. We don't. It's a God thing because I've been. I mean, everybody knows me, knows that I've been off the wall. Over this last couple years, I've toned it down. I've learned to appreciate life for what it is now, and I've also learned to appreciate things, appreciate people, appreciate conversation. And understanding and knowledge, before it wasn't like that. Before it was, like every other fool that thinks that he's bad, bro. I thought I was bad. You know what I'm saying? But you grow up and you learn that you're not that bad anymore, especially when you start hitting older age, bro. And it's hard to wake up in the morning and stretch out and you get these little kinks and whatnot in your body. And you're like, oh,
start hurting, bro.
Yeah, and so that's what it's all about, really. At the end of the day, we're not here trying to push no holy moly mumbo jumbo, none of that stuff, bro, because we ain't about that. What we're trying to push is the fact that we just want to see people do better, bro. Whether it's through music or through conversation, whatever it may be. There's nothing better than to see the next man doing well. Because if your people ain't doing good, how are you going to do good? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to, And the other thing is like between black and Mexican people, and that's a whole different book. But I'm just going to touch on that, bro. This is my brother from another mother, bro. And homie, like I said, I grew up doing the whole gangbang thing. The whole politic, I understand all of it, bro. But at the same time, I also understand that life is beautiful, but it's short. And what we do with this time and how we do it, that's what matters, dog. Because when they say 1, 2, 3, you're out, what did you do in that whole match? Did you actually put in the work you're supposed to put in, or the work that you thought you're supposed to put in? I'm gonna put in the work I need to put in, and that's trying to make a better life for my kids, their kids, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Your kids included, all. You know what I'm saying? I got no hate, no animosity towards anybody, bro. I want to see everybody do better. But if you got, like I said, you know what I'm saying? If your skin got some color, bro, there's going to be some love. Because I know the struggle. You know what I'm saying? He's gone through his own different, we've gone 2 different ends of the earth. But eventually, worlds collide. And that's all we're trying to do is see a better world, saying when we leave. That's it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Yep.
I be one.
Okay, and now you mentioned working with police.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I work with law enforcement from all over the country. So like I said earlier, first hip hop artist ever in American history to be recognized by all levels of government, advocating healthy relationships between law enforcement community. So what I do, I try to bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? I used to hate police. I used to hate them. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. So I was challenged one time by my uncle. He was the CEO of a Christian Music Awards. He was a drummer, fire, and he had passed, but I was challenged by him at the time. He was like, "Hey, bro, like, why you hate the police?" I was like, "Yeah, bro. I mean, I just don't rock with them." And then he was like, "All right, well, come with me." So he invited me to the Bring Broken Neighborhoods meeting, and I was like, "All right." So I went over there, and I end up learning a lot about not every police is bad, bro. I was like, oh man, not every police officer is bad. So I ended up talking to him. I became friends with a lot of them, bro. And then it was cookies from there, bro. I was like, all right, cool. So what I learned, I wanna teach the other generations. You know what I'm saying? So we end up working with them, a lot of them. Then we end up reaching out to I think recently we reached out to LAPD. Sheriff's Department. So we've been working with them. We're trying to work with Kern County. I know they need help right now. But yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So we didn't work with Richmond Police Department. Dope. You know what I'm saying? So we just reaching out to all of them.
Yeah. Shout out Larry.
Yeah, Larry's dope, bro.
Pal,
so we reaching out to all of them, trying to just shed some new light. And then I don't blindly work with police or follow police at all. So I don't want people thinking like, oh, bro, dude's just like super advocate for the police and all that.
Shit, I still try to hide from them when I see them,
bro. Here's the thing. Like, there's just point blank people that don't need to be police officers. But the only way to get them out is to create relationships with the police officers that should be police officers. Because the thing is, the cops, the good cops hate bad cops. Yep. People don't know that a lot, but the good cops hate bad cops, bro. So the only way you would know that is if you got to know the good cops. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And point blank, there are some bad cops out there.
Even the good cops, they'll blame what is the blue shield or the blue
blue
code.
Oh, you talk about the thing, like the no snitching thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but then the thing is, you can't be hypocritical. Like the streets be doing that. They say no snitching or whatever, and then they do that. My thing is to end it, not just the streets and the law enforcement. It's the same. The crazy thing is, you probably never hear this, and I don't even know if I should say it, but whatever. It's kind of like the same politics, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the same politics. You got the no snitching on this side, you got the no snitching on this side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got bro, what I am is the person that's saying, bro, kill the noise, bro, on both sides. The same way I talk to rappers and I talk about rappers, bro, I talk to the police the same way, bro. He can tell you. I walk in the chief office and be like, bro, that's nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't gonna do that. Bro, I talk to both sides like that. I'm unapologetically like that with both sides. So if I see something like, something happened where I'm like, bro, that officer is wrong in the way he did it, the way he did things. It's not just the media portraying it or whatever. Then I'll say something, bro, and I'll be like, who is the cop, bro? Kid you not? I'll be like, hey, bro, like I need to talk to.
Cops just with the cops,
bro.
Yeah, we had some, yeah.
Bro. I'll tell him, bro. He'll be the first person. He's witnessed it firsthand, bro. I'm not gonna say about.
I've been sitting in the back of a cop car when he came up, like, hey, what's up?
And I'll talk to the cops in the same way I talk to anybody else, bro. I'll be like, hey, bro, no, it's not gonna work like that. Who are you, bro? Look, it ain't work.
The only way the police will change, bro. The thing is that they have to fix it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, it has to be internal.
The good cops have to start snitching on the bad cops.
Yeah, but they have
like on the streets. I mean,
that's just like in the streets when you got some dude in the hood who was doing some foul shit. Like, well, the police might get him, but if the police don't get him,
take care of him.
The homies got to take care of him. Yeah. Like, they got to fix it themselves, bro. Yeah. They got to break that blue code, bro.
Yeah, but here's the thing that I would say about that. I'll disagree with you, right? I'm not disagreeing with you. This is what I would say about that. You have to understand that a lot of law enforcement officers are scared to do that because they don't get support from. If they knew that the people supported good cops doing that, then it would be a lot more of them doing that. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, you know, they snitch on somebody. Now they got a bad rap with all those people.
It's the same thing with us on the streets. It's
the same thing on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So if they knew that hey bro, the people gonna support you, but you know he did something foul, go ahead and, you know, we know it's your homie, but he needs to be held accountable for what he did. Period. You know what I'm saying? And the people are gonna support you.
I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, I do kind of get it because at the end of the day, like, even the bad cops will back up the good cops when the shit goes down. And if you're a good cop and the shit goes down, you don't want to be fucking left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hanging. So, you know, I know why they don't do it, but they got to do it. Yeah. They still got to do it to fix the problem.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. But that's why it takes a person that is able to call out, regardless of whatever it is. I don't care if it's good cop, bad cop. I'll call the bad cop out. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the good cop. Hey, look, bro. You know, old boy was tripping. You know and he's seen it. Hey, bro, dude over there tripping. You know what I'm saying?
What's he do about it though?
Huh?
What's he do about it though?
I mean, there's steps and ways that he has to go about it. You know what I'm saying? He has to go and tell his there's a hierarchy. You know what I'm saying?
In that situation, he wanted to beat me with the billy club, but
that wasn't finna happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't finna. But he did. He was like itching to crack this dude upside the head. But you know, I was like, nah, bro. You know, it's not finna go down like that. And the thing is, it's just. I advocate for what's right, bro. Regardless of whatever side, and regardless of where that puts me in situations, I'll be like, just like if I seen someone selling drugs to your kids, bro, I'll be like, hey, bro, what's wrong with you, dude? You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to him. People say it's stupid to do that, but people say it's stupid for me to go up to a cop and do it. But I'll go up to a cop in a heartbeat and do it, just like I'll go up to a drug dealer in a heartbeat and do it. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just do it. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, it needs to be more people that's like that has a heart like that, that's going to stand for, not going to stand for what's wrong, even if it makes you unpopular. Because the moment you do that, bro, I'm telling you, you're not going to be popular. Whether you're a cop, whether you're whatever, in the streets, you're not going to be popular. You know what I'm saying? In the streets, you tell on somebody, and it can be completely valid. You know what I'm saying? You tell on somebody, what do you label? Rat.
Snitch or rat.
You know, the worst thing you labeled that. You're not popular anymore. Same thing over here. You know what I'm saying? You get labeled that, but you got to be willing, not saying to be snitching, but you got to be willing to be able to take a label if you know it's doing what's right. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from a person, I don't got paperwork on me, bro. You can look at me, you can look me up, all that. I don't got no paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Period. But, man, I'll tell you right now, but there's right and there's wrong.
But there's a difference too, though, and this is where I'm gonna have. There's a difference. If you're out there snitching to get yourself out of trouble, bro.
Oh, that's different.
Like at that point you're a no good rat, and honestly, like they get what they get because they get what they get, and that's just. I mean, I don't walk that walk. I don't live that life anymore. But I understand that there's certain things you don't do, bro. And if you got caught up doing something, you takers and you get. You know what I'm saying? Like you get your time, you do it. Now the same thing with the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do right, point blank of what it comes down to is if you're gonna do right,
do right.
Do right. You know what I'm saying? If you're not. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk that fence, bro, because I'm walking that fence, you're gonna fall eventually one way or the other. And when you fall, that fall's not gonna be so good, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, if you're snitching to get yourself out of trouble, bro, you're just scary. You know what I'm saying? That's totally different. That's a whole nother that's a rap. That's a rap, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you snitching because, or if you're telling because, hey bro, this is what's right, you know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother thing that for me, bro, is like if you know what I'm saying, I'm doing something, I get pinched, and then I wouldn't even let you take it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because I got love for you and your family, I'm not about to let you take that, bro. I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Take it on the chin. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let somebody fall for me. If you really love the person, I'm not gonna let them do that, bro.
And that's that's what the same thing. That's what he's saying with the cops. Like you're saying, I do understand what you're saying with cops. Like it has to be worked out amongst themselves. They have to figure it out. They either throw the dude on the front line or they just take off and just whoop it, do something. But it's like we can go and point out the flaws, but really it's gonna take them to take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because on the street, there's a code, and the cops could put us away, but when we get out, the street's still waiting. The street's still out there. The streets don't forget. And the cops have to be the same way. I mean, if good cops, there is, and I didn't know those were good cops out there, bro. I like to this day, sometimes I still sweat it, bro. But I seen that there was good cops out there. But we do have to hope and pray that these good cops can, stand up to each other as well and find their balance. Because, like what he's saying, I do understand that. Like, we can say all we want. We could show all we want, but we can't. I mean, when you go do something to a cop, bro, you're going to be put away for a minute. And, so
but you gotta, like I said before, you gotta show support to the ones that are good. Like you said, you met that cop, you know what I'm saying? And,
Officer Stevenson, Campbell Police Department, love that dude.
You know what I'm saying? And they're good cops, but they gotta know that they got support from the people. If you're expecting them to throw themselves on the sword for you gotta be able to appreciate them throwing themselves on the sword. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we appreciate you, because now the rest of their career, they're looked at as a snitch from all the other cops. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that happens in every situation, but I'm saying it in extreme situations or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta feel like they got support. Everybody human, bro. We all human. So you gotta have support from somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? You can't just, they might be cops, bro. Just because they got the badge, don't make them Superman, bro. They ain't Superman. They're human, just like us. They got feelings, just like us. It might not seem like it at a lot of times, because a lot of times when we see them, it's in negative situations. You know what I'm saying? But if they are, you feel what I'm saying? They got families and stuff like that. They're trying to make it home to their families, just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So you got to show support to the ones that's doing good. That's all I'm saying. The ones that's doing bad, kick them, you know what I'm saying, to the side. But the ones that's doing good, make sure you show support. Go out your way, show support to them, and you'll see that they don't like the bad ones just as much as you don't like the bad ones, bro.
It's like the homies in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had some homeboys when me growing up that did tell me, hey, homie, you got to leave the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Go do something, make something yourself. But that was one or two. But those one or two, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the hell out of those dudes. Unfortunately, one of them's dead, and the other big homie that I know, he's doing life now. And those things that, you know what I'm saying, we do have to show our appreciation and remember the people that handled business correctly and taught us how to be a man. And what you're saying, I hear you, and I actually have a lot of, I believe the same thing as far as with cops. We can only do so much. They have to be able to, but I understand what you're saying. We do got to show them support, but they have to be able to regulate themselves or their internal affairs, however they go about it. Because with the homies on the streets, we have a chain of command. When I was out there still doing my thing, there was a chain of command. There was a pecking order, and then within that pecking order, there was those that went out and checking paperwork. They were finding out who was who, and if you were bad, well, then they were dealt with, because the cops are going to put you away. But the people that you went and did whatever you did on, well, they're going to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the cops. You know what I'm saying? They're going to, they have to take care of it, because if not, I mean, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be there forever. And, it's just like everything else, though. I mean, it's just like everything else. Gangs are always going to be here. Violence is always going to be here. There's always going to be positivity. There's always going to be cops. So there's always a balance to everything. And at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is what we're pushing is for that balance, really. I mean, it's the balance of, we have enough people saying this and that. We're just trying to say, you know what I'm saying, and state what we feel. And what we feel is, like we said, there isn't such thing as every cop being a bad cop. That's not true. That's not true. I used to think that, I thought I was a firm believer in that. But now I know, after meeting some officers that really exposed the truth to me. And the truth is that not all of them want to put me in jail. You know what I'm saying? Not, if I didn't do half the things that I did, I wouldn't go to jail half the times that I did. But I put myself there. And that's what a lot of, street people from the street, hood homies, that's what we forget. We tend to forget that we put ourselves in that situation. So we blame the cops because, well, they're the law, or they're upholding the law. Yeah, some of them might act stupid, but for the most part, we got put away because we did something stupid. And so we blame them. We want to hold them accountable for what we did when we can't. We got to hold ourselves accountable, otherwise we're never going to learn. And that's, and that's the biggest message for us is be who you are, be true to who you are, and love life. Because, at the end of the day, it's that short, bro, that in the blink of an eye, you never know when it's done. And when it's done, what are people going to remember about you? I know what they're going to remember about me. Is that point blank, I was the biggest fool in the world, but I finally seen something different. I changed, and my kids didn't turn out to be that bad. Point blank. And that's that's my goal, is to be able to leave them something. My brother right here, bro, he's, like I said, and that's what, bro, I wouldn't work with anybody if I thought that, first of all, if they were clowns or they were fake. There's nothing but positivity, and he lives it, he loves it, he walks it, he talks it, and honestly, he's been one of the greatest influences in my life, bro, and I got some years on him. With my kids, bro, he's man, he's influenced my kids to do things that I never thought they would do it. And honestly, that's what I see with this guy is that he really believes and he breathes and he walks everything that he talks. There isn't something that's a gimmick. I mean, I've sat there and I've analyzed him. When we first met, I watched him for a minute, trying to find a flaw or something that would lead him away from what he says. And you know, that I had to sit back and I finally had to tell him one day, like, hey, bro, I apologize for what? Well, you know what I'm saying, for looking at you like this and thinking there was something like an ulterior motive or whatnot. But really, that's what I'm here to say is that, you know what I'm saying, check the music out. Don't sit here and judge it before you know what I'm saying, before you hear it. And people, it's not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you that you're going to hear you're going to hear something that catches, because it's just a versatility of man, it's just, like I said, you got to check it out. And even if you don't want to, just know the name KO, you know what I'm saying? Christ like Rivers, I be one. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. I mean, we're here to make a better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Today.
Well, that's what it is, man. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you guys. Thank you for giving him the opportunity, giving us the opportunity, man, because it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
That's what it is.
All the time, baby.
Thanks, man. What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.